the door and I shuffle down the hallway. I measure my butt cheeks like my can't keep a secret.
I'm Eric Patno, and I'm a stand-up comedian. I've been doing comedy since April 15th, so just coming up on 6 months. I started writing like a couple months prior to when I started, but it's something I've always wanted to do. Just somewhere between being a kid and growing up, you know, you kind of like just put some of those plans on the back burner because life happens. And I happened to get out of the military in 2018 and finally had some opportunities open up and gave it a shot.
My name is Diesel Greasel, and I am a professional stand-up comedian.
True story. Fucker called in and said, how do you do a capital number on an iPhone?
I know that I don't want to be just someone that just makes you laugh. As much as I love to make people laugh, it has to be a point. I feel like if I can make you laugh, I can get your attention. If I can get your attention, I can tell you something that's worthwhile. At the core, I'm a teacher. I like to teach people, and laughter is just another medium. So I would say if I had to compare my style I'm forming to major comics, I would say Dave Chappelle, a Trevor Noah, a Bill Burr, where it's going to be a lot of truth. I'm very raw, you know, but at the same time, I'm raw when I'm trying to prove a point. I'm not raw for the lack of refinement. You know, I just like to strip things away and put things in the simplest form, you know, and just to try to get people to see things through my eyes. But as far as what my style is, I want it to be known as edutainment. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to educate and entertain you all at the same time. Maybe you agree with the jokes, maybe you don't, but as long as I can inspire thought, then I think that my style has done what I intended to do.
My style of comedy, as I've been kind of finding my voice in it, I like a kind of slow pace, a little build up, a little misdirection.
He looked over at me and he said, well, there's your problem right there. I said, well, yeah, what is it? He said, man, you got that obesity. I said, obesity? He said, yeah, O-B-C-T. You're overweight, you're big, you're chubby, you're tubby.
Those kind of jokes. Definitely a lot of dark humor, because I feel like that's what comedy is. You know, a lot of us come from messed up backgrounds, depression, mental health issues, all this different stuff. And it's the way you get through these things is being able to find the humor in it. So that's I definitely say I'm more of a dark style comic. And I do have those more like just straight to the point, right to the jugular, you know, dirty jokes and stuff. But I do have those other punchlines where it's gonna make you think a little bit. So that's what I like to do. Initially, to be honest, I'm a white comic, and the main venue I go to is a black-owned establishment. So when I came in, I just went straight for it. I immediately started hitting on racial tropes and all kinds of stuff, and I was like, this is either going to be a big success or I'm gonna get dragged out of here. And it ended up going very well, and so I've just, you know, stayed to the plan and just making it happen.
Being funny is something that you either have or you don't. You know, being funny is one thing, saying something funny is another. When me and Eric first met, we had a conversation, man. I said, what's the difference between a comic and a comedian? And kind of came to the conclusion that a comic is a person that says a joke. They say something funny. A comedian makes things funny. You know, and it's a difference. You know, I've watched some of my peers, man, who go on stage and they've never written a joke, and they don't have to, because they can take any situation and make it funny.
Yeah, laughter is the best medicine. Like it's 100% true. Like I said, by being, you know, honest with yourself and about yourself, and maybe even riffing on yourself.
I was under the impression we were together, and she was under some dude named like Jerome or something. Wait.
You know what I'm saying? Might feel a little bit better about themselves. So, you know, it's all about just finding that comfort within yourself and it helps other people find that comfort in themselves.
There's no limit to what people will pay you to help them escape. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do people do drugs? Because it helps them escape what they're going through. Laughter is a drug, it's a high. You know what I'm saying? When people want to laugh to forget about the things that make them want to cry. You know, and so I don't think there's any limit that you can place on that. How you monetize it, that is the puzzle that you have to solve.
Man, my overall goal is, as a comedian, as an entertainer, as all that, is just long term. I just want to create. Like that's my passion in life. I like to create things, to entertain, to enlighten. You know, whatever I can do. You know, I want to be able to write. I want to be acting. I want to be directing. Continuing to do stand up. Even doing improv here soon. I just joined the improv troupe. I made it through tryouts or whatever. So yeah, I'm just gonna be out there creating, and hopefully y'all be out there enjoying it.
A typical comedy show is going to have a DJ, it's going to have a host, it's going to be food, drinks. It's like going to a movie theater, you know, but you can interact, you got live music, things of that sort. So from a fan standpoint, I think it's a lot of value. You know what I'm saying? It's not just you just coming to watch someone stand on stage. You're coming to experience laughter with other people. You know, if you ever heard one person laugh, that's funny. You heard a bunch of people laugh, it's funnier, you know? Most comics do meet and greets where fans get an opportunity to get real up close and personal with the person on stage, as opposed to at a concert. There's a chance that you may not get within 50 feet of the person on that stage. At a sporting event, you probably aren't going to get to touch a player or take a picture with a player, you know, unless your money is long. But at pretty much all of the comedy shows I've seen, whether it's a Michael Blackson, a Tony Roberts, a Felipe Esparza, I mean, these guys are the biggest of the big, you know. They take the time to personalize and take a picture with every person in that building, you know, an individual picture that you're gonna be able to post and, hey, I met this person. When you reach out to them on social media, they respond, they acknowledge you. You don't really get that in other fields, you know, so I think it's just a lot of added value for a fan to actually get to know the person who you're spending money on. You get to know their story, you get to be a part of their journey.